Conversations with Nicole. Let's talk about it. Tell me all about it. I'm here. I wanna know what's on your mind. Ooh, the world needs to hear from you, and I'm so glad to have a conversation to reach the nation. And it's all about you. We'll help each other to discover innovative ways to positively change the world. Let's talk about, let's talk about, yeah. Let's talk about conversations with Nicole.
Greetings. Welcome to Conversations with Nicole. I am Nicole Everett, your host, and today is what I call Wellness Wednesday, which is an opportunity for you, me, and my guests to chat about an interesting topic. August is Black Business Month, and so today we are talking access to funding for minority businesses, and I have a whole panel of very special guests that I can't wait to introduce you to and have this conversation. But before I bring them on, I need to hear from you. Where are you tuning in from? Let us know in the comments which city, which state you're tuning in from. We are live on Facebook, on YouTube, and on my personal LinkedIn page. This is an interactive live, and we are talking business. So financial wellness is really our focus today. And so for those of you who may be new to the platform, just, kind of get in where you fit in. We love your questions. We love your comments. So please engage with us tonight. So I see you, Miss Tanisha. Thank you for being here in Tallahassee. Miss Taylor Parks here in Tallahassee. Thank you for being here. Felita Collier, thank you for being here. So y'all, please please share, please tag, let folks know that they need to be on here. I just got a feeling that there are going to be many, many gems that are dropped tonight that you all will not want to miss out on. So I am going to go ahead and introduce my first guest, who is the president and CEO of the Big Bend Minority Chamber of Commerce. Commerce, Mr. Antonio Jefferson. He began his professional career in public service in 1983 when he joined the United States Army Reserve. Thank you for your service. And in 1984, he left the reserve and joined the U.S. Marine Corps, where he served on both active duty and reserve service. He also began a career in law enforcement in 1988 and served the citizens of the state of Florida as a correctional officer for the Florida Department of Correction, a deputy sheriff with the Leon County Sheriff's Department, law enforcement investigator with the Florida State Fire Marshal's Office, and police chief at Gretna Police Department, a reserve officer for the Gaston County Sheriff's Department. He has a bachelor's degree in public administration from Baylor University and a master's of business administration degree from the University of Phoenix. He is a member of the International City County Management Association, International Economic Development Council, Florida City and County Management Association, and serves on the board of directors for the Florida Economic Development Council, Florida Rural Economic Development Association, Opportunity Florida, Gaston County Economic Development Council, Havana Community Development Council, Boys and Girls Club of the Big Bend, and a membership of Leadership Florida Class 35. Y'all help me welcome the president of the Big Bend Minority Chamber of Commerce, Mr. Antonio Jefferson. Yay! Welcome.
We're here.
We're here. Thank you for being here.
No, thank you for having me, Nicole.
My pleasure, my pleasure. So, in the way that I do, I ask folks, who are you? Not what you do, because I just talked about all the things that you do, but who is Antonio Jefferson?
So Antonio Jefferson is a dedicated, faithful family man, married, actually 5 children and a host of grandchildren. I really like tinkering with 80s model F-body cars.
Okay.
That's the Pontiac Trans Am for Pontiac Trans Am or Pontiac Firebird. But
Nice.
that's kind of my what I like to do. And other than that, I do a lot of reading, a little bit of traveling, and have been, very. Um, I guess I would say I've been a benefactor of a lot of great people in this community that have helped me and lifted me up. And so my mission now is to go out and preach the word of entrepreneurism and how businesses can become even better than they are today. So
Nice. And a great job you do at that. All right. Our next guest is Miss Pamela Johnson, who is a strategy consultant with over 25 years of experience in connecting people and organizations with the right opportunities in both the private and public sectors. Pam's currently serves as the acting project director for the Florida A&M's Capital Readiness Program, a certified business consultant with the Small Business Development Center at FAMU, and a franchise owner consultant with FranNet. She earned her BS in business administration from FAMU, go Rattlers, and her MBA from Florida State University, go Knowles. And she helped to develop two global certification programs in strategic planning and management for the International Association of Strategy Professionals, the Association for Strategic Planning. As a career mentor, Pam's vision is to create a workforce that looks forward to Monday mornings. I love that. And she believes that one of the ways to do this is to own it. She is an advocate for small businesses. And if you are ready to own your Monday mornings and unleash a new era of business growth, contact or connect with her at the Small Business Development Center. Y'all help me welcome Miss Pam Johnson. Yay!
Yay.
Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you, Nicole. Thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here.
My pleasure. Glad to have you. So I'm going to ask you the same question. Who is Pam Johnson? Not what you do, but who are you?
Yes, I am a mother and a sister and a friend and a godchild and a member of amazing Celebrate New Life Tabernacle Church, where I actively serve as a deaconess and project manager for our Leadership and Ministry Development Conference. So I'm active in the community through various organizations, a proud member of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, the Chi Upsilon Omega chapter. And between all of those things, I stay pretty busy. I am service driven, service minded, love to get out in the community and help and serve. I tell people, when you're feeling glad, serve. When you're feeling sad, find a way to serve someone. So my focus is on serving.
Nice, nice, nice. Well, thank you both for being here. And we actually have a special guest who was also not on the flyer, but we're so glad to have him, Mr. Jabari Allen. I'm going to bring him on in just a little bit. But before we do, I want to, kind of jump right into this access to capital piece. It is a significant challenge for minority-owned businesses, which often face some systemic barriers that make it harder to secure funding compared to their non-minority counterparts. And so those barriers can include limited access to traditional banking services, lower credit scores, smaller networks, and a lack of collateral. So talk to me, either one of you or both of you, about some of the key aspects to improving access to capital for minority businesses. What does that look like?
I'll yield to the lady.
Okay.
Okay, thank you, sir. One of the things that I would definitely say is understand and know your numbers as a business owner. We continue to hear that from those who have been successful, is they understand their numbers, understand what they're working with, and maybe even what they're not working with. So when they prepare to put their lending packages together or their funding requests. They really have an idea of where they are, how they're going to use the money, how that's going to help them grow, and then actually have a plan in place to show how they're going to be able to repay that if it's through maybe a traditional lending mechanism. So one of the things we definitely advocate at the Small Business Development Center, and we help small businesses do, is to put together that business plan. People would love to get around the plan, but you got to have a plan. And one of the things we help businesses do is put those plans together. Each component of that business plan, we walk you through it, we vet it, we help you prepare it so that when you're ready to go forth through various lending institutions, you are ready. You've got a solid plan in place, and you've got a tool that will help you not only in funding, but also serve as a guiding light and star for your business.
Okay. Now, business plans can seem a bit overwhelming. So, any guidance that you might give us on how to get that going? And before you answer that question, there are a number of people on here. So, I see you all. Thank y'all so much for being on here. In the interest of time, I'm not going to shout everybody out, but I am interested in knowing, if you don't mind, in the comments, letting us know if you are a business owner. Let us know in the comments. Maybe just put the name of your business in the comments if you're a business owner. So yes, give us a little bit of guidance in terms of the business plans, because again, they can be a little overwhelming.
Yeah. So when I meet with clients, or we meet with clients at Small Business Development Center, I take it in bite-sized pieces.
Okay.
We're not going to write the entire plan in one night, nor ask you to write the plan in one day. We're going to go bit by bit, piece by piece, each section within the plan. Let's get that part right, and then we move on to the next part. Okay. So taking it in small pieces, bite-sized pieces where you can manage it a little better, you can get that part right, and then you start building momentum. And that is what's going to help you push that business plan through to the finish line.
Okay. Sounds like, how do you eat an elephant one bite at a time? Got it.
Exactly.
All right. So Taylor has a few questions. She says, are there any particular figures we should consider, like annual revenue or projections?
Yes. So definitely you want to look at your revenue. You
Okay.
want to look at what you're bringing in right now. And that is going to be very important when you look at your current capital. What collateral do you have? What about your credit history? So these are all numbers that you need to know. So in terms of preparing, what is it that you're going to bring to the table yourself in terms of capital? How long have you been in business? And what are your credentials and skills that you have? So the projections are good, but they're just that, projections. So let's look at actuals in terms of what you're doing and what you've been doing with your business. If you're new and you're just starting out, it may take a little time to build that up, and we can help you work through that. But really looking at your actuals, what you're bringing in, your bottom line numbers, that's going to be very important in starting to prepare your financial analysis.
Nice. Okay. A few folks are chiming in with their businesses. So Felita said Lady B Creations. All right, wonderful. Don does Sarah's Legacy Some Senior Care. Okay, wonderful. Thank you. Emmanuel, yes, he is chiming in for his wife, Fee. It's a phenomenal cooking experience. Love her cooking. So, yes, thank you, E. Thank you for being here. And you're getting a shout out here. Helena and I work with Miss Pam at the SBDC. Yes, Pam is awesome. One of my mentors. Love it. All right. We got Sweet Face on. Great information. Thank you. And then Miss Taylor, she said Breathe in Color. That's the name of her business. Wonderful. Yes. And with Sweet Face is Juice Bar Miami and Sweet Face. All right. Wonderful. So thank y'all for chiming in with your businesses. So Taylor had another question around, what does collateral mean, like assets?
Yes. So for example, if you equipment, if you are a hairstylist, you have a beauty salon, Your equipment could be collateral, the chair and the things that you have that run that business. Or your collateral could be whether it's something that you own, if you own your home, if you own your vehicle, something that you can show that it is an asset. Yes, so she is right, just like an asset.
Okay, very good. All right. Good deal. All right, I think that's all for the comments. All right, uh, uh, so you answered that in terms of the business plan, which is wonderful. But are there any, you mentioned coming down to the SBDC, and you all assist with build business plans. Not that you're going to write them for us, but you will assist assist the
Thank
entrepreneurs.
you.
Make that clear. You will assist the entrepreneurs with their business plan, giving them some guidance because they are going to write it, correct?
Correct. It
Okay.
is their plan, is their it's your baby. I mean, so you're giving birth to this business. No one's going to know that business better than you. So it's got to be your plan. I could tell you I've had examples where maybe someone has a business has outsourced it,
Mm-hmm.
and I said, I've been meeting with you for maybe 3 or 4 weeks. And I said, this plan has no life. I said,
Yeah.
you are full of life and energy, but this plan does not. And they admitted that they didn't write it. They got someone else to write it. And I said, you are not in this plan.
Mm-hmm.
You are what makes that business special. And
All right.
that's what needs to be reflected in that plan.
Indeed, indeed. All right. So, back to the resources. Are there any resources that are able to assist improve access to capital for minority businesses?
There could be some tools available, some of the things that you want to look at when you have your plan in place,
Mm-hmm.
um, improving your numbers. Do you already have credit established someplace else? Do you have business credit? Do you have some things that show I've got a good track record, or my credit numbers started maybe low, but now they're improving as I'm paying down my debt? Uh,
Mm-hmm.
really just trying to show that you understand what it means to kind of be financially fit in, personally and in your business operations. So some of it is, it's not going to be a quick fix, unfortunately, unless you come into a large sum of money and you're able to pay everything out.
Right.
Otherwise, it's going to be consistency.
Mm-hmm.
Consistency is going to definitely help because that helps build your credibility.
Absolutely. Consistency and on time payments.
Amen.
Mhm. Okay, very good. So I see a few more folks have joined us. Michael Cork, thank you for being here. And Miss Princess, who is also here in Tallahassee, thank you for joining us. So I think this will be a good time to bring Jabari on. So, Mr. Jabari Allen, who is a business owner, and I'm going to read some of his bio. He is a technologist and serial entrepreneur hailing from Tallahassee with degrees in business and entrepreneurship from Florida State University. Go Knowles. He's carved out a distinguished career in the realms of artificial intelligence and process automation. As the founder of Business Automation Pros, he has been instrumental in simplifying digital transformations for small and medium sized businesses, leveraging the expertise in AI his expertise in AI to revolutionize operations across various industries, particularly healthcare. And so he is the co founder of Fusion AI, a full service chat bot company, and is committed to advancing AI ethics in healthcare with numerous certifications from IBM, Google, University and Vanderbilt. He's a sought after speaker and consultant, guiding young professionals and businesses on harnessing AI for growth and innovation. And his passion for AI education is reflected in his boot camps, webinars, and articles where he shares practical strategies and insights to empower others in the AI space. Y'all help me welcome Mr. Jabari Allen.
Hey, how y'all doing?
Doing good, doing good. Thank you for being here.
No, thank you for having me. I feel special to be on Conversations with Nicole.
Oh, you are special. So I'm gonna have you answer my question. Who is Jabari Allen? Not what you do, but who are you?
Man of God, first of all,
Okay.
because that is how I get where I am. Father, I take a lot of pride in spending time with my kids, raising them. Um, I'm a active member of the Family Worship and Praise Center of
Oh,
Tallahassee under the Honorable Bishop-elect Quincy Griffin.
mm-hmm.
And I'm a nerd. So behind the scenes, I'm a nerd. I do a lot of reading, playing with computers, finding out, tinkering with new technology, and trying to figure out how I can help lead us in the technology, this AI takeover that's going on.
Nice, 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 nice. Well, thank you for being here. So you were backstage, you heard some of, our conversation, but I definitely wanted to include you because, you are serving as our entrepreneur on this panel tonight as we're talking about this access to funding for minority business during this Black Business Month of August. So my next question is around what services do your organizations provide? So we've heard a little bit from you, Pam, but I want to, pull Mr. Jefferson in on this conversation. So, Antonio, if you don't mind sharing with us what the Small Business Development, what the Big Bend Minority Chamber does for its members.
So the Big Bend Minority Chamber of Commerce was founded in 2012. We're not actually the oldest African American minority focused chamber in the Tallahassee Leon County market. But we specifically laser focused on women and minority owned businesses, and we provide training, advocacy for businesses and various policies, governmental policies. And we think we do very well in connecting businesses with other businesses, as well as connecting businesses with opportunities that are in the marketplace.
Mm-hmm.
We have a host of relationships with large corporations specifically. And what we try to do is try to connect our local businesses with those larger businesses. But one of the things that we've found critically important in our mission is we're finding a lot of our businesses that are producing products, going to other places outside of the area to get some of their, what I'll call, raw materials. And what we're finding now is we're able to connect people that are in this region, so they don't have to go as far. They don't have to go to China for some of these resources, because some of them are offered locally. I would like to, Nicole, is add a little bit to what Pam has said about the basics of access to capital.
Sure.
Listen, and I tell all business owners, and Jabari helps us with our Camp Treppy with our young kids that we have a summer entrepreneur camp. But one of the things that we stress to adults and kids, when you start thinking about creating a business, create you a relationship with a bank.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Don't wait till you're ready. Your business plan is perfect and you're ready to go to the market for capital. Start that relationship early. In fact, even whether you're in business or not, create your relationship with a bank, because banks bank with people. That is your business plan, your projections, your revenue projections, the activities that are going to go on in business. Part of the evaluation that bankers do is the relationship they have with the individual. So, credit scores are important, and I'm not saying that that's a factor, but the relationship is really where it starts at. Because 9 times out of 10, these bankers can also assist you in creating your path, right, to prosperity, and help you along the way as you're building that business plan. They're right there with you. And so when you get ready, and you're ready through the awesome opportunities that you may obtain from the Florida SBDC or others in our community, you're ready to make that move and jump into that capital position. And lastly, always remember this: your first investors in your business, and I'm not talking about the talent that's needed to deliver on the goods and services of your business. But your first investors are you and your family. And if
True.
you and your family are not willing to make the first investment in that business, then you may need to rethink that. Because at the end of the day, if your family and you don't believe in that business enough to put your not only your talent into it, but your own personal funds or savings, it's going to be a challenge from you out the door. Not saying it's impossible, but remember, you got to be the first investor in that business and to ensure success as you move forward.
Indeed. Matt said that all businesses are in the people business, which is very, very true. All right. So I think we got Pam back. Thank you. All right. So I'm a shift gears a little bit and have Jabari, you tell us a little bit about your business and what your experience as a minority business owner has been.
Thank you, Nicole.
Mhm.
First of all, yes, I work very closely with Mr. Jefferson and his team over at the Minority Chamber through various boot camps, including Camp Trippy, which I think is an absolutely marvelous idea. Every summer they host kids that I think are on scholarship, and they teach them about entrepreneurship and all the things that I wish somebody would have taught me when I was younger. So kudos to the Big Bend Minority Chamber. They have absolutely been a pivotal part of my business growth, especially in the community. And even deeper, Mr. Jefferson may not say this, but even from a mentor standpoint. So sometimes I might meet him at Chick-fil-A or at Starbucks and just get some. And this has been going on for, I don't want to tell your age, Mr. J, but at least 10 years. Him just mentoring me and talking through me. I might say, hey, Mr. J, I'm thinking about doing this or taking a pivot, and he'll give me his true unbiased insight on it. And so I think that's something that may not be on paper, but having the mentors with the experience and the community connections have been, just instrumental to me doing some business. So
Thanks, sir. Thank you.
So that's good. No, that's good advice. So the nuggets so far have been definitely have a banking relationship, a good bank relationship, and also mentorship. I love that.
absolutely. And I want to throw a little piece out that I pulled from Mr. J book. Keys don't open doors, relationships do. So having the right relationship can get you in doors that all the keys in the world don't get you in. I've also had a great experience with the SBDC. They have helped me with my business plan way back in 2016 when I decided to start Business Automation Pros. I reached out to the SBDC and also the Office of Economic Vitality, Daryl Jones and Keith Bowers. They all played a role in me being able to get to where I am. And my business itself, we help small to medium-sized businesses take that technology stigma away, because we all know navigating all this stuff that's coming out here is hard. And I have a passion for that. I feel like God ordained me to be a leader in this space for us to take that burden of that technology gap. So whenever it's time to purchase new technology for your business, or better understand some technology that you already purchased, or where to go, when making your business more efficient, that's where we step in at, and just understand the business model, who your customers are, how do you reach your customers, and how we use technology to make that happen. And if we can automate, we would love to automate, because that means making money in your sleep. And we all want to make money while we sleep.
That's right. Excellent, excellent. And so, what's your experience been like as a minority business owner?
I would be lying to y'all to tell y'all easy. Anything with easy, soft going, that has not been the case. But it has been a journey. Well worth having, right? Like anything, it's been a fight. I've had my ups, my downs. But staying in business and having the experience of meeting great people and creating great relationships has now brought me to a place where it has become a lot easier for me. Obviously, being in the environment where minority businesses competing, in particular the technology space, right? That is a space that you don't see a whole lot of us in, and that's something I do have a passion about changing. But I can say being in a unique space and having my niche has certainly allowed me to prepare. So COVID coming definitely, it was unfortunate, but it definitely helped me out a lot because a lot more people had to rely on technology like even technology like what we're looking at, this StreamYard. This company was created out of COVID. So COVID did me well, and it allowed a lot of people, because I've been talking about this stuff for when I came and seen y'all back in the SBDC in 2016, way before COVID. I was talking about QR codes and streaming and e-commerce and automation, and a lot of people didn't understand. But now that it's in the forefront, I get the opportunity to not be one of those get rich quick schemers. I've been doing this for quite some time, so it's going well. Business is booming right now.
Nice. Well, glad to hear that. So we are about halfway through our conversation. So I want to just take a moment to tell folks that maybe just joining us. Our topic is the access to funding for minority businesses. August is Black Business Month. And on with me are Mr. Antonio Jefferson with the Big Bend Minority Chamber of Commerce, Ms. Pam Johnson with the FAMU Small Business Development Center, and Mr. Jabari Allen, our entrepreneur, whose business is Fusion AI. So we've been talking a little bit about what folks need to know in terms of access to capital, knowing your numbers being important, knowing what your annual revenue is, having business credit potentially, paying down your debt, paying consistently and on time, establishing banking relationships, having mentors, right? These are all the things that we have talked about. All right. So how can businesses leverage the resources to help overcome the challenges that exist in the financial ecosystem?
So I'll jump in here on that.
Okay.
So we're a community, fortunately, with an abundance of resources that have been invested on the behalf of creating this access to capital, or at least trying to resolve. There are a number of programs in our community, lending programs. Pam will talk about the capital readiness program a little bit later, I'm sure, Nicole. But the Tallahassee Office of Economic Vitality has invested several $1 million into Florida A&M University Credit Union to create the Smart Steps program, which is a lending program that our businesses can access in our community. It doesn't make a difference whether you're a minority or not, but however, the funding was specifically allocated by the city and county to create an opportunity or pool of dollars for which that our businesses that start off in a little bit different place than traditional businesses. We also have a program over at Appalachia Regional Planning Council that also provides lending. And so in essence, there are a host of resources that can be accessed in our community for our minority businesses. The most important thing is, I think, that people need to realize, and the challenge that I hear from the bankers here locally that specifically help us with our women and minority owned businesses, is that our businesses are not showing up prepared, for that journey of lending, that journey of receiving. And one of the greatest deficits is not knowing your numbers, right? Not being able to produce financial statements. So not going back to that conversation, there's a host. And listen, the Big Bend Minority Chamber of Commerce specifically, we're a member organization, but we're a community organization at the same time. And, you don't necessarily have for us to say, I've got a question about where do I go for resources. We'll answer those questions. In fact, wonderful opportunity, and not taking an opportunity to announce, but and starting in September, the Big Bend Minority Chamber of Commerce is going to be hosting a series of sessions, 1-hour sessions, going to specifically focus on how to obtain grant money for your businesses. What resources are out there in the grant space? Now, again, these grants are not a replacement for all the core things that you still need to do of having a business plan, or numbers, all the fundamental things.
Right.
But what we doing is creating an opportunity for people to know where are these grant opportunities. And this is both for profit businesses as well as nonprofit businesses. So, but I'm sure that I'll have an opportunity to say where you can go for more information. But there are an abundance of resources here. But at the end of the day, it goes right back to the chain of things that we've said here tonight. You got to be ready, right?
Okay.
The resources are out there. You got to be ready to put in the time and be motivated about what you're doing. Not in because you get a no in one place doesn't mean that it's no in the next step, right?
Right.
I personally believe that when the Lord shuts one door in one place, He'll open another at another place, and we hope that you'll use and of course I'm president of Big Bend Minority Chamber of Commerce, but we've got Cap City Chamber of Commerce this year. We also have Greater Tallahassee Chamber, all of us
Right.
working together to ensure that our community know what resources are out there.
Indeed, indeed. All right. Jarvis Young said knowing numbers are very important. Indeed. Marcus, who's in Tampa, he said, I'm loving this conversation. I could use access to funding. I'm the owner of Unfazed Publishing. He is an author. He's written about 20 books. So, yes, I understand it. Lisa, who's here in Tallahassee, said, this is good information. Thank you, Lisa. Glad you are enjoying it and, getting these nuggets that are being shared. So, let's talk more specifically because Antonio gave us such a great segue about some of the resources that are available, if you don't mind.
So sure. So I'll add in, as we talked about with the Small Business Development Center. In addition, when you're writing your business plan, there's sections on there related to market analysis and market research.
Okay.
And I just get really excited about that area because my undergrad was in marketing research. So the tools that we have that help you understand what the current market conditions are, not just in our area, but if you're looking to grow, kind of what those areas look like, particularly in the segment that you want to, that you currently operate in or you want to move into. So these resources, if you had to pay for them, would be thousands of dollars because of the software programs and platforms that we're utilizing. But at the Small Business Development Center, as we work with clients and help them build out their plan, that information is free to our clients. So if you're wanting to know what the market breakdown is for a certain organization or potential competitor, that's information that we might be able to help you triangulate. We may not have it exactly, but get you close to really understand what your market is. And that is part of being capital ready. So when you go in to meet with these lenders, you not only, here's what I bring to the table, but you bring an awareness and a knowing of who your competitors are and what the available share is and what the market itself looks like and the projections for the market. So when we talked earlier about financial projections, if you're projecting something that doesn't meet up with a market that's maybe now mature in the industry that you're in, you're not going to get the returns or possible, projections that you're claiming because your market may be stable or maybe even declining. And those are things that we can help identify as part of the plan. And I know I keep going back to the plan as part, I'm a strategic planner. I think I've seen what a good plan will do for an organization, and small, large, or medium size. So I'm still going to be a big advocate for that. But then we also have tools to help you build out your financial projections. And if you're currently in business and you've got tax returns, and those are things we can help as well in terms of building out where you are with your business ratio and financial ratios.
Okay. So we do have a question. Donda wanted to know, as it relates to your numbers for a new business, do you use projections?
Yes. But those projections If those projections, like I said, will be married up with other items as well. Like your projections, if the market, its overall market is growing by 10%, and there are a number of competitors already in the space where you want to be in, how realistic is it that you're going to grow at that number when maybe you're a new entrant into it and you've got to create space and carve out a part of that market share? So the projections are good as long as they're realistic and match maybe the market that you're in. If you're in something even technology wise, I'll defer to Jabari more so on that. But having worked in the technology space for a number of years in healthcare IT, it's still extremely competitive. And we were the first in the business in the platform that we were providing, but it was still very competitive, and margins were not, what we were originally expecting in some regards. But even though the market itself was growing, you still have to carve out your market. You still have to show what your value is as you compete for those, for that business and for those contracts.
Okay. Interesting. So you talked about you threw out capital readiness. So this market analysis piece, is that part of the capital readiness program?
Yes.
Okay.
The capital readiness program is those areas that will help you be ready to compete for capital, compete maybe in the governmental contract space, but also overall helping your business grow. So
Okay.
those are components that will help your business grow. Is if you understand those numbers, but also understand the markets that you're competing in.
Okay. All right. So tell us more. I feel like I'm like on the edge of my seat wanting to know about this program.
Great, thank you. So, as you know or may not know, Florida A&M University received a contract, or excuse me, was awarded the opportunity to bring technical assistance to our non-county area for the first 2 years, and then it expands all the way over to Escambia County in the uh, years 3 and 4. And it's
Okay.
called the Capital Readiness Grant from the U.S. Department of Commerce via their Capital Readiness Program, powered by the Minority Business Development Agency.
Okay.
And so Florida A&M was one of 43 recipients nationally to be awarded this opportunity in this grant. And what we focus on is helping provide technical assistance to new and emerging businesses. They say socially economic disadvantaged businesses, but that is still, when you look at our area, that could mean rural businesses,
Okay.
businesses that are in areas where the populations don't are not, they're not big populations. So that could also mean rural businesses, veteran-owned businesses, women-owned businesses, and minority-owned businesses. So what we're looking at doing is providing programs and resources to help do just what Antonio mentioned, being capital ready when you go before a lender, that you have all the tools and equipment, hopefully, that you need, even if you're looking at a non-traditional lending source, maybe through a venture capitalist, and helping you prepare your pitch. What's your pitch for your organization? People may refer to it as an elevator pitch, but how you prepare for that? We have courses through our partners.
To
And our partnership is comprised of not only with Florida A&M as the lead, but Big Bend Minority Chamber of Commerce,
Okay.
Capital City Chamber of Commerce, and Domi Station are
Nice.
our key partners in helping us bring this to life. We are excited about this opportunity and what it could mean for our region. I tell everyone one of my goals is to turn the Big Bend into big business, and this is one of the ways that we can do this.
I love it.
Exactly.
Okay.
So,
Yes.
uh,
Yes. Yes.
yes. So
All right.
we're excited about what we're able to bring to the table, and we are fortunate also that Jabari Allen is also one of the kind of helping us bring this to fruition through some programs and coaching and mentoring as well. So we're excited.
Okay,
We're
wonderful.
building a dream team for.
I love it. I love it. I love it. So we have a question. Ayana said she would like to know, is it free to receive an EIN or an LLC? Which should a person who wants to start a business obtain first?
So,
I can, yeah, go
yeah.
ahead, Antonio.
Oh, no. So yes, they EIN is free. LLC, there's about a small filing fee to file your LLC. One of the other, if you're moving towards, I guess what I'll say is incorporating your business, you also need to have a financial consultant along with you. And people say, well, that's an additional expense to the business. Well, it's an important expense to the business, and you need to factor that in your business plan from the onset. These professional, and I say financial advisor, I don't mean it from the standpoint of investment, but somebody that can keep your books. Let me just tell it the way it is.
Mm-hmm.
And there are a number of professionals that are across our community. If you don't know anyone, listen, Nicole will provide our contact information. We can get you to one, but that person will help you prepare your business financially so your books are correct, right? And you filed under the right filing status, whether it's LLC or C Corp, as you move into taxes, what have you. So having that person as part of your team at the startup is critically important because listen, the last thing you want to do is to wind up having the tax man at your front doorstep asking you to produce items, right, of how you come to putting, or in essence, charging to your business your whatever it is that you've purchased, then you don't have the adequate records. But yes, they're free at the end of the day, with exception of the LLC. The small filing fee. But any of us, that are on this are more than eager and more than willing to help direct you along that line and getting your business, at least giving you the initial information of how to move into incorporation.
Indeed. Thank you, Antonio. I'm going to pull Jabari in for just a moment. What local resources did you use to scale your business, Jabari, if you don't mind sharing?
It's funny. The SBDC, the Minority Chamber of Commerce,
Mm-hmm.
the Capital City Chamber of Commerce, um, the Office of Economic Vitality, because they helped me with getting registered as a minority business to get some of the incentives. And again, the SBDC played a pivotal part in building that foundation, helping me understand you're going to need to keep your books. If you don't have a bookkeeper, we can recommend one. Having that business plan, helping me understand is important because I have a degree in entrepreneurship from the JMI Institute at Florida State.
Gotcha.
So I understand a lot of this in books, but it's kind of like this reference may not stick, but there's a difference between speed and football speed. So in business on the book and business in the world is a little bit different. And so working with the SBDC, again, that mentorship, Mr. J at the Minority Chamber, Sean Pittman at the Minority Chamber, helping me understand the real world business. Let me say it like that. So those are all pivotal parts. And again, most of the services are free. To the young lady that asked about the EIN, so let me just add this in there. You have to have a LLC in order to acquire EIN. And the EIN is free, but the LLC, like Mr. Jefferson said, you pay a small filing fee, and then you can go onto the IRS website and get an EIN for free.
Okay, thank you. All right, back to you, Pam. Let's look, I'm ready to sign up. So what the eligibility? I know you said new and emerging. So new, is that like the business is less than 2 years old, or what's the definition of new and emerging?
Well, we are open actually to all businesses. So whatever stage you are in, if
Mm-hmm.
you haven't started your business, but you want to start a business, you have a business idea, with you in developing that business concept and that plan out. If you have you've only been in 2 or 3 years, or you've been in 10 years, and you may need to do a refresh or a pivot. So like, I'm working with some clients now, they've been in business for a long time, but they don't need a business plan now. We're talking strategy because they are expanding. So we're talking strategic planning now. We're having strategic discussions about what it looks like to grow beyond the Big Bend area, to grow in another state. So we can help you through all of those phases. And part of that too is through that capital readiness program and through the SBDC services, where we also have a business incubator, where we've got a cohort now that's going through, that's helping them to have more focused attention on building out their business and growing their business. So we have that also split between those who have not started a business but are working on the starting, plus those that are current business owners. So we have a lot of resources that are available. I'm excited about all of those resources and partners who just really want you, who, as you are out there, to have that business, to grow it, to be strategic about your growth, and just help you make it be what you want it to be. So when I'm consulting with clients, I talk about, hey, let's start with the end in mind. What is your goal for this business? What are you building this for? A legacy to pass on to someone, or are you building this just to grow it and then sell it, which is fine. But let's begin with the end in mind, because then that will help us develop that plan that's really going to help you reach your goals in the end.
Very good.
Yeah, I would add to what Pam has shared. The state of Florida was also a recipient of some dollars from the U.S. Treasury into a program that's called the State Small Business Credit Initiative, which is you'll hear it in the community as SSBCI. So part of the responsibilities that we have in the CRP program is to help prepare disadvantaged businesses to participate in that lending program. The state got about $588 million that's going to come in two basically tranches of dollars to the state that are specifically designed to help minority businesses throughout the state of Florida. That program is administered by the Florida Commerce, or Florida Department of Commerce, However, the important thing, and people need to understand how the program works. We have two banks here in the Tallahassee market that are participating in this particular program. It is Smart Bank and oh gosh, and not that I'm saying it, but Mid-South Bank is our other local partner that provides resources. So how it works in essence is the SSBCI program basically is a lending partner in any lending deal that where a business goes to either one of these banks to seek dollars. What the federal dollars does is create a security blanket for the bank by taking 50% of the loan, and the bank has 50% of the loan, right? And at the end of the day, it helps the bank lower the risk. So these two banks that are participating, and there are others in Florida that are participating, but this is a great program, a wonderful resource. And as I said about the CRP program, we want to get businesses prepared to access these dollars. They're ready and available to get. So, Pam can talk about, how to get involved, or maybe I'll talk about how to get involved. But at the end of the day, not to take up the time in the program tonight, Nicole, as you provide our contact information, reach out to myself or Pam. We can share with you how to get involved in CRP. But our goal is that when we introduce you to a lending partner, however the funding mix or the capital stack is created, whether it's through the State Small Business Credit Initiative or through 100% traditional bank financing, that you are ready, not only with the knowledge, but with the capacity in the relationships, right? Because part of the
Right.
program is helping make the connection. So listen, reach out to us. That's a wonderful resource, and we think that we'll be able to do a lot of great things in our region of helping our businesses grow and scale and reach their highest potential.
Indeed. So Ayana had another question. I think Ayana needs to give a call to the FAMU SBDC, schedule an appointment. Should you get a C corp to run your LLC?
Yes.
It depends, right?
Right. It depends. That's the key question. It depends. But Ayana, please reach out to one of us or the Small Business Development Center. So, or Antonio will definitely talk with you through that and what what you're thinking. As we talked about, beginning with the end in mind. You know, is that the best strategic move for you? So. We'd
Absolutely.
love to talk
Absolutely.
with you and find out more about what your business initiative is and how we can hopefully come alongside and assist.
Yes.
Yeah, and participation in the CRP program is absolutely free.
Oh, nice. Okay. So y'all heard that the capital readiness program is absolutely free. So you definitely want to take advantage of that. Matt said an LLC may not be the best for every business. Talk to your accounting professional about what business framework is best for you and your business. And he is also Yana said, thank you very much. I'll definitely do that. Matt's also co-signing about both Mid-South and Smart Bank are great. Wonderful. So that I think is a good segue for us to give you all an opportunity to give some closing remarks and tell folks how they can connect with you. So let's start with Jabari.
Thank you. And just to tip the A on it, why none of us are tax professionals. This is not tax advice, but you switch over from an LLC to a corporation when you get to a certain level in business. So once you have a certain revenue and payouts and all those things, so it's a little bit more complicated than just switching over. My closing remarks are, I want to be inspiration. So you guys, if you're a small business, if you're thinking about starting a small business, keep going. Don't quit. Don't give up. The only way to fail is to quit. And you have a ton of resources. The SBDC, the Minority Chamber, the Capital City Chamber, the Greater Tallahassee Chamber, and the Office of Economic Vitality are all great resources, as well as myself. I can be reached at www.businessautomationpros.com or my email, jabari.allen@businessautomationpros.com. And I'm willing to help. And I'm also a consultant with the SBDC. So if you go to the local FAMU SBDC and sign up, I may end up being your consultant. And thank you so much again, Nicole, for allowing me the opportunity to speak tonight.
You are very welcome. Thank you. Thank you. All right, Mr. Jefferson, Antonio, if you don't mind giving us some closing remarks and telling folks how they can connect with you.
Yes, ma'am. So the Big Bend Minority Chamber of Commerce, you can reach us at, or you can see us on the web at mybbmc.org. That's mybbmc.org. I think our email address is going to be provided in the stroll of my address.
Yes.
Simple Antonio at mybbmc.org. And if you forget all of that, just go to the internet, search for Big Bend Minority Chamber of Commerce. But this has been a wonderful opportunity to talk about the resources that are in our community. And what I'll say to folks is, remember, your journey in business. I would just leave you with with something that I'll call, well, anyway, it's called MAP. One, you got to be motivated about being in business. This can't be just something that you do as a hobby. This has got to be something that you wake up every day and you're motivated about it. Two, remember that you always control your atmosphere, the A in math. You control the atmosphere. And you got to remember that you got to be a thermostat and not a thermometer, right? You control the temperature and the environment that you have and what you do, and don't get discouraged at the end of the day. And lastly, you got to be very, very passionate about what you do. When you're working in your purpose, the passion is easy. right? So as you think about your business and what you're doing in your business, if this is something that you're not willing to, if all things were perfect in the world that you're willing to do for free, reevaluate where you're at. But remember, the Minority Chamber of Commerce is here in the community. You don't have to be a member. Give us a call, reach out to us, an email. Love to help you begin your journey, or help you finish your journey, or help you along your journey. Whichever step you're in, we're ready and able to help you and take advantage of CRP. Thank you.
All right, very good. He says you don't have to be a member, but they want you to be a member. So be a member. All right. All right. And then last but not least, Miss Pam Johnson, if you will give us some closing remarks and tell folks how they can connect with you.
Yes, thank you, Nicole. Thank you all so much for the opportunity. You can reach me at pamela.johnson@famu.edu, and I can work with you or have one of
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. All right. So having a little bit of technical issue, but that's okay. But you see Pam's information, pamela.johnson@famu.edu on the screen. So definitely connect with her as soon as possible. Listen, she had all of the the nuggets tonight as it relates to gosh, I'm looking at my notes here. Your financial statements, knowing your numbers, getting that business plan together, right? So you definitely want to take advantage of the capital readiness program that she talked about, all of the technical assistance that is provided. I think we got her back. Okay, here we go. So go ahead, Pam, with your closing remarks.
okay. Okay, I just put in there, we are launching our Capital Readiness networking event on Thursday, August the 29th,
Okay.
beginning at 5:30 p.m. at Hotel Indigo. Come out, learn all things about capital readiness. Hopefully Jarbari will also be there. So this will be a great opportunity to connect with our key partners and learn more about the program and how you can take advantage of these resources to help you launch or.
All right. So we got a little bit of freezing going on, but like she said, the program launch is on August 29th at Hotel Indigo, right in College Town here in Tallahassee at 5:30 p.m. So reach out and find out how you can be a part of that program as entrepreneurs, current entrepreneurs, future entrepreneurs, emerging entrepreneurs, definitely take advantage of this. I hope that you all found this to be helpful tonight. Again, a little bit different from what we kind of normally do, but financial wellness is an aspect of wellness that affects us all. And we definitely want to just share information about different resources and things that can help us be our best selves, right? Because that's what we're all about here on Conversations with Nicole. So thank you again to my esteemed panel. Great information. Appreciate your energy and just your willingness to come and share your time with us this evening. If this has been beneficial to you viewers, I see y'all out there. Let us know in the comments. I see Matt giving us some hand claps. So thank you, Matt. Light of Serenity. Let's see. Thank you very much for sharing the information. Love the conversation, Miss Nicole. Divine timing. Awesome. Love it. Glad that we could help you. Princess, thank you all. Great information. Our pleasure, Princess. Thank you for joining us. And look, let's keep this conversation going, y'all. Share this, tag somebody, send this link to somebody so that they can find out about what we talked about here tonight and benefit from it, right? So they can connect with Mr. Jefferson, with Mr. Allen, with Ms. Johnson, and get the assistance that they may need. We got Miss Tangela giving us some praying hands. We appreciate you. She look, Tan actually helped coordinate all this. So I'm grateful. I'm grateful. I'm grateful. Yes. All right. So good people, you all take care, be safe, and hopefully we'll see you in the community. Hopefully we'll be doing business with you in the community. All right. Yes. All right. Y'all have a good night.